Hey there, yogis. My name is Dafina Lovelace, and I am the founder of Embrace Change Yoga. Thank you for being here today and allowing me to guide you through this practice. Throughout this practice, I'd like you to remember to love on yourself. In times of high stress, anxiety, and conflict, we can sometimes have negative thoughts about how we responded, how we acted, what we should have said or done, or anxiety about what's to come. How should we prepare for any retaliation, any setbacks that may come up? And through this practice, I want to work on decreasing the emotions that come up with that stress and anxiety or from those conflicts. Just like the body, the mind and the soul need time to digest, assimilate, purge, and rest. And that's what we're going to do in this yoga practice today. It'll be helpful if you have 2 blocks or a bolster available to you. If you don't have those things, use what you have around the house. A pillow will work perfectly fine. And if you find that the stress is so overwhelming and you're really in the grips of your anxiety, this is a perfect practice to do from the comfort of your bed as well. Let's get started. Grab your block or your bolster. I'll be using a bolster today, and we're going to start off in Savasana, resting on our back with a bolster underneath our knees so that we can relax the low back into the mat. Spread the feet as wide as the mat. Arms are down by the hips, palms face up. Lengthen the back of the neck onto the mat and just observe your breath here in Savasana. Taking several breaths here, just observing the body without judgment. We'll move into Ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi breathing is where we allow the breath to graze the back of the throat as it enters and exits the body. On the inhale, breathe in through the nose. On your exhale out the mouth. And midway through, close the mouth and breathe out through the nose. The action is similar to if you were going to smell a beautiful bouquet of flowers or a good meal. On the inhale, and on the exhale, it's as though you are trying to fog up a mirror or a window with your breath and closing your mouth halfway through, doing that through the nose. So the inhales are audible, the exhales are audible, sounding like an ocean's wave. And we'll begin to manipulate the breath. Inhaling for the count of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And continue. Here, if you would like to send some energy into your body, you can place the hands onto the energy centers of the body. Say, one hand below the navel at your sacral chakra and one hand onto the heart, wherever you might feel that you need to send a little extra energy. Wherever your body might need a little extra support. And you can continue here the Ujjayi breathing. Allowing your focus to be here in this moment of rest. Breathe in and breathe out. Any thoughts that come into your mind, notice them without being attached to them. need to go into the full story or problem-solving mode. Just observe and let it pass like a cloud in the sky. We're going to wiggle our toes and reach down and remove the block or the bolster and roll over to one side facing your screen. Make a pillow with the arm and just support the torso with the other opposite hand, top hand on the mat. The intention I have for you today is to cut the cords of the past and present pain. Feel free to come to active child's pose whenever you need to throughout this practice or as the practice at any time. Walking the hands back towards the face, we'll come into tabletop for cat-cows. Chin comes to the chest. Inhale, relax down for cow. Lift the heart, lift the hips. Exhale, back to cat. Really tuck the hips under, bring the chin to the chest, stretching the spine up towards the ceiling. And inhale, drop the chest, drop the belly, lift the heart. 3 more rounds of cat-cow. And we'll take our cat-cows into circular motion. So we'll do 3 times in one direction, rolling the spine from left to right, taking the head in the opposite direction of the chest. And what you do on one side, you do to the opposite side, and we'll go in the opposite direction with these rolling cat-cows. Allowing the spine to flex from left to right, front and back. When you're ready, we'll come back to a neutral spine and we'll go into thread the needle. Inhale the right arm up towards the ceiling, gazing up towards those right fingertips. We're going to bring that right arm, right hand onto the mat, extending it out towards the side of the body. And you can leave the left palm by the face, or you can extend the left palm towards the top of the mat, relaxing the right ear down onto the mat. Shift the hips back over to the right. Breathing here in the pose. Walk the left hand back towards the face and pushing the chest yourself up back into tabletop. Let's switch over to the opposite side. If you have space, there's no need to rotate to the opposite side. If you need to make space, you'll face the opposite direction. Now we'll lift the left hand up into the air, gazing at those left fingertips, and bring the left arm, left ear down onto the mat. Extend the right arm nice and long if you did so on the opposite side. Otherwise, keep the right hand by the face and shift the hips over to the left side of the body, keeping the stretch in the spine and that right side body. Breathing, observing without judgment. And bring the palm back towards the face, coming back into tabletop. We'll move into dolphin pose. With dolphin pose, we'll place the forearms down onto the mat. Try to stack the shoulders directly over the elbows. Keep the low belly pulled in. And we'll move into dolphin pose, push-ups. In the shoulder blades, 1, 2, 3, and very nice. Bend the knees, relax the knees down onto the mat. Big toes come to touch. We'll come into full child's pose. Hands come back by the feet, forehead comes down onto the mat. Make sure there's enough room in between the knees to support the inner edge of the torso, but also enough space for the belly and the torso to fit in between the legs comfortably. And breathe. Bring the palms back under the shoulders and push yourself up. We'll come to lie on the back for reverse pigeon. We're going to bring the right ankle onto the left knee, a cross-leg position. Taking a deep inhale. As you exhale, bring the left knee into the chest, and you can work to interlace the fingers right below the knee on top of the shin, or bring the fingers, hands to the back of the thigh, and interlace the fingers behind the hamstring. Relax the back of the head down onto the mat. If you notice that it's hard to get the head down onto the mat here, you can feel free to grab a block, put the block behind the head. But we're working to stretch out the hamstring, thigh. See where you feel it in this pose. Thigh to rock yourself up. Let's switch to the opposite side. Relax down onto the back. Bring the left ankle to the right knee. Inhale. On the exhale, we're going to bring that right knee into the chest. Interlace the fingers at the same height that you did on the opposite side. If that's not possible, switch. Try to use more bicep strength than shoulder strength, keeping the shoulders from lifting up off the mat too much. You can roll out the ankle here if you choose. Breathing. Squeeze behind the thigh, bringing the leg a little closer to the chest. And exhale, release the leg back down onto the mat and release the cross leg position. Both feet come flat onto the mat. We're going to go into our low body twist. So place the arms in a goalpost position. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock your hips up into the sky and over to the right side of the body. We're going to drop the knees down to the left side of the body onto the floor. If the legs don't touch or you feel like you need some support, feel free to grab a block. Place the left hand on top of the right thigh to deepen the stretch a little bit more. gaze can go straight up to the ceiling. And if there's no tightness in the neck, you can turn and look over that right shoulder. Breathing. Inhale and exhale. Feeling a stretch from the lower body to the upper body. Relax. Release the top leg and the bottom leg come back up. And we're going to go over to the other side. So I'm going to flip around, place the arms back in goal pose position, bend the knees into the chest, rock the hips up and over to the left side of the body, drop the knees to the right side of the body. Again, if you need a block, grab a block and put it in between the knees or under the bottom knee onto the mat. You can place the right hand on top of the left knee thigh area to deepen the twist. The gaze either goes up towards the ceiling or you look out over the left shoulder to bring the twist all the way up to the neck. And breathe. Try to stay present here, stay in the moment, keep the eyes open. Don't drift off to some faraway place. Release the legs. Release any props. Feet come back flat to the mat. Extend the legs, arms nice and long, stretching out the entire body. Point the toes, flex the toes. Bring the left knee into the chest. Interlace the fingers on 2 inches below the knee on the shin or behind the thigh again onto the hamstring. Bring the knee more towards the armpit side of the torso. Back of the neck is nice and long. Keep the shoulders down on the mat. Use more bicep strength than shoulder strength here. The foot in the hand is relaxed. The foot on the mat is flexed. Release the foot, point, flex the toes, and relax the foot all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen, stretch the body nice and long. Bring the right knee into the chest. Interlace the fingers 2 inches below the knee. Bring the knee more towards the armpit side of the torso, right armpit. We're massaging the descending colon. The other side was the ascending colon. And breathe. Release the leg. We're going to send the foot up towards the ceiling. Point the toes. Flex the foot. And relax the foot down onto the mat. Inhale the arms up above the head. Bring both knees into the chest. We're going to interlace fingers or grab the forearms or the elbows on the shins, squeezing deeply, rocking back and forth. If this is not available to you, you grab onto the back of the hamstrings, back of the thighs. And now grab onto the knees and take the knees in a circular motion, massaging out the kidneys. All of the organs that are used and purging from the body, as well as our lymph nodes. That's what we're trying to hit in this practice. Bring the knees back into the chest. We're going to go into happy baby. So flex the feet as if you're about to stomp on the ceiling. Grab the outsides of the feet with the hands and rock left and right. Pull the knees towards the mat and relax your happy babies. Feet back down onto the mat. We're coming into our final resting position, Savasana. We're ending where we started. So grab your bolster or your blocks. Our final breathing exercise is going to be Chakra Realignment. This is our way of realigning the 7 major energy points within the body for optimal well-being. To do this chakra realignment, we will use our hands, placing our hands on the energy points from the root chakra to the crown chakra, from the bottom to the top, and using our voice and our breath to hum at each point, sending a little energy there and just being aware of what you feel in your body. To begin, we'll place the hands to the solar plexus chakra. Inhale, hum. Moving both hands to the heart chakra, the middle of the chest area. Inhale. Both hands come to the throat, the neck area, for the throat chakra. Inhale. We go to the third eye chakra or the forehead, both hands at the same height. Inhale. Hands to the top of the head, crown chakra. Inhale. Again at the crown chakra. Hands to the forehead. Hands to the throat chakra. Hands to the heart. Heart chakra. Hands to the solar plexus just above the navel. Hands below the navel. Hands back to the left. Bring the hands back to the side of the body, palms resting up in a receiving pose. Gently wiggling the toes, let's come out of Savasana, removing the bolster from under the legs, rolling over into a fetal position, making a pillow with your arm and your hands, taking a couple of breaths here. Using the top arm, push yourself up and we'll come back to a seated position. Cross leg on a bolster if that's easy for you. Otherwise, sit in a comfortable pose. Bring the hands to the chest in prayer position. Bow your head and honor yourself for being here for this practice. And thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Have a great day.